Yes. Okay, I'm waiting Karim that will help me for the presentation.
All right, so which one do you take? More? No USB? Ah, okay. You have to... This is the video just... Okay, let's see. Actually, kind of hard to see. Then tell me it's all around. That would be relevant. Yeah.
Yes. Ah,
I love technique.
yes, this one.
Should be.
Okay, we discussed about Web 2.0 websites in Europe, how to be successful. But we did not speak about technicality, but we spoke about our different internet market to understand better what are the differences and what we have in common, and so how can we improve our activities online. Yes, we were the smallest group, but we were from most part of from the most part of eastern country, and me and Karim and some other two guys from the western part. We have a lot in common because we were all people that are online every day, and that the most part are building a web application, but from a different point of view, because some is involved in the blog platform development, some other in the citizen journalism platform, and some other are consulting or are interested in social media. So a lot of different point of view. I'll try to summarize the main differences and the main things that we have in common. One of the main differences is that we have a different approach to building a web application, because in the eastern country there are a lot of copycat website, because the main platform, like for example Dig, is not available in other language than English. So it's good, and it's popular to develop this kind of services in local language, and the people who said that are involved in this kind of operation said also that they were pretty successful in this, probably because a lot of people don't know English in the eastern part. And also in the western part we have a new kind of Web 2.0 website, and also some copycat, but all these kind of websites are usually in local language and in English. The English it's not popular in the eastern part, but there is the Russian language that is useful to internationalize the eastern website. So it's some sort of English for the East. Another problem is the business model, because everywhere in Italy, in internet, we have usually an advertising model. So you have the service for free, and you have advertising on the page. And a advertising it's not the only way to bring money to the company. So one main difference from the East and the West is that in the East we have not a lot of credit card, and also people are not used to do banking operations, so and they are pretty expensive. So they started to use micropayment system like premium SMS that are also popular in the West, but probably only in the mobile market. And so micropayment, especially in some country, is very popular and successful to bring money to the developer.
Exactly.
With
Take this one. Well, this one is on too. So we also looked at the mobile web, because I mean, Web 2.0 applications are getting more and more mobile. And to clarify, with mobile we don't only mean smartphones and cell phones, we also mean using a laptop on a mobile connection, you know, with a limited data plan, not always broadband. So the difference between Western Europe and Eastern Europe is mainly that, and that's pretty funny, we use GPRS a lot more often than the Eastern states, because 3G is a lot more affordable there. And the problem with especially the Netherlands is that UMTS is, you know, like if you want to try to sell your kidney, you could get probably a year of UMTS for that. And we're, the Dutch people especially, are not that keen on, you know, spending money for a service like watching TV on your mobile when compared to, you know, Asian countries and the Eastern Europe. And GPRS is huge here. I mean, every businessman has at least one BlackBerry, some even carry two. No clue why, but you get GPRS with that, not for free, but at least you got your uplink. And basically it's when you're building a mobile service, you could expect that your upcoming customers will at least have about 50 kilobits per second, so you don't have to scale for uplink, for dial-up connections, which is great because that provides you with a whole lot of rich media experiences. I think that's it.
Okay, but also we have some similarity East and West, and they are from a market point of view. For example, advertising. We have not a strong internet market for advertising in East and Western part. Yes, we know that in the Western part the advertising world is more developed. But for example, in a country like Italy, we have 20 million people online every month, but only 1.52% of advertising revenue are going to the internet. So we have also Google AdSense for a small website to monetize their content, but we have not so many investors on the advertising on the web, so it's difficult to have a lot of money from the advertising model. And also this is true for the eastern part, even if probably the eastern part can grow very fast because there are a lot of users, but the money invested in advertising is also less than it could be in the future.
So when you're looking at the different markets, it's difficult to provide one service that works in all the countries, because well, Luca mentioned a few similarities, but mostly the clientele you're working for is different. For example, people over here expect rich media, but don't care about it on their mobile phones. And in the eastern parts, people